Greetings, beautiful human. My name is AJ, owner of AJ Inc. Thank you so much for joining me in this quick clip for my latest third channel update about deprogramming your religious malware. I hope you enjoy. And collectively, we get more likes and clicks from fear. And so I don't know whether there's some big evil demonic force directing the news and the propaganda, or if it's just each of our individual egos coming together collectively. But there definitely is a spiritual war happening. And if you think it's done in a church, you're programmed. If you think the spiritual war is fought on your knees praying, you're partially right. The spiritual war is fought in the conversations with our loved ones, in the conversations with ourselves, in the quiet moments. The spiritual war is what you decide to think about when you're alone. The spiritual war is inside. And the whole story of Jesus Christ coming to save you is the same story as the Egyptians who worship the sun god. You say they believe that the sun was a child of God, Jesus, and it was sent to save us because of its warm heat. And once a year on the solstice, God's son Jesus dies and stays in the tomb for 3 days. And then he rises up and saves us from our sins. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? It's a repetitious story that they've used over and over with different faces on the characters, and used it to get us to look outside for God, to get us to pay a preacher to teach us about God. When in reality, all you have to do is sit in nature long enough to tune into Christ consciousness. The second coming of Christ is a state of mind. It's one that I channel all day long, effortlessly, because I spend my first few hours of every day sitting with the trees, talking to the birds. And once I do that, then I can sit with broken people all day. I hardly have to say anything. Just have to love them. To love them exactly where they're at, and know that they're enough to get where they need to go. I have to understand that whatever this battle of consciousness versus unconsciousness, the good side wants us to win. And the good side's going to win. And the way it works is that we sit in nature. We sit in meditation. We tune our bodies to the frequency of nature. And we rise in a rhythm where truth is found. When we rise in that rhythm, we can finally see what is. All the programs fade away naturally, and only truth is left. And the biggest part of the journey is that we're safe. We feel safe in unconsciousness, because it's our comfort zone. But the only way to be safe is to get the hell out of the comfort zone, because it's deadly. And the only way to get out of the comfort zone is to willfully do hard things. It doesn't matter what you choose to do hard. You just have to push yourself outside of the comfort zone, because until you do that willfully, you're going to be frozen in fear. And everything that seems to be scary outside doesn't compare at all to this internal safety system that wants to keep us safe, because it lies to us. It tells us we're going to die when we're not going to die, so we have to sit in silence long enough so that we can see the truth. You hear that sound? I don't know if the camera's picking up the wind. That's the frequency of freedom. So you all think you need to take one more course, you need to pay one more coach, you need one more answer. You'll be able to move into that life that you want. You're already there. You're already living the life that you want. Every single goal that you have, if you chunk it up to the highest possibility, everybody wants a job that will fulfill a purpose. Everyone wants to go to bed feeling tired from hard work that meant something. Everyone wants family to love and to be loved by. Everyone wants to fit in. Everyone wants to feel useful. And every client that's ever called me has had those desires and wanted those things for their future. And every time I'm sitting with them on the phone or in person for their first session, I can find examples of how they're already doing it. And the principle is easy. To get from where you're at now to where you want to be, all you have to do is get a clear vision of where you want to go. Get that vision so clear in your head. And chunk it up to the principles, not what you're actually doing there, but what the feelings are, how you spend your time. Once you can see that, start looking for areas that you're already doing it. I promise you'll find them. Once you see them, you switch all your focus to being grateful for that. That's it. We get more of what we focus on. And we've been trained to focus on what we don't want. Once you figure out what you want and you focus all your attention on what you want, you'll get more of that. Your only problem has been focusing your attention on what you don't want, talking about that. Once you switch this, the internal system naturally switches from fear to gratefulness, to gratitude. And that gratitude tunes your body, and you become a magnet to the things that you want. It's already happening right now. Think about it. You think constantly about what you don't want, and you're a magnet to it. It's that simple. Become a magnet for what you're grateful for. Think more about the good things than the bad things. And so that's what I'm going to help you with in the Human Programmer Academy. I have dumped everything I know into this academy, and the first 5 lessons are absolutely free. All you have to do is put in your email address and start an account once you go to hackyourself.net. The account's free. It will give you access to the Human Programmer Academy Module 1. And inside you will see a list of introductory videos. And then you'll see lesson 1 through 5. And each first lesson is the conscious teaching. And then the next page after that is the self-hypnosis installation session. And these are the powerful scripts that I used to move my safety system from fear to safety. My clients are listening to them after our sessions, and they are reporting back life-changing differences right after listening. The next day, thoughts quieting more control to come back to the present moment. And the reason for this is our unconscious mind, the interface between our conscious mind and our unconscious mind, is our imagination. I believe that's why all throughout school they've taught us to get your head out of the clouds, quit using your imagination, get back to the real world, because that imagination is how we control our unconscious mind. By sitting for the 30-minute installation session and letting my words control your imagination, control the visions that you're seeing inside, it guides your unconscious mind to feel safe. An example is in the first self-hypnosis session, there's this section where we bring up a fear. And we do it in a safe setting. And the command that I give to your unconscious mind is to sit safely with this fear for a moment with me. And in doing that, your unconscious mind is pretending to hold a fear that you usually face alone, but you get an opportunity to bring it up with a friend and to see that it's not as scary as your inner child thought it was. And these moments of using your imagination to heal the unconscious mind bring life-changing differences in your everyday life. So I invite you to go to hackyourself.net, create your free account. I'm going to be in there during my Healing in Nature podcast events. I will be in that group as they're premiering. I'll be available for questions. If you want to work one-on-one with me, that's the way to do it. You just go in and join the group, join Hack Nation, get started with the Human Programmer Academy. I have about $3,000 worth of sessions there between those 5 sessions. So basically, by the time you see this video, it should be up and running, and you should be able to take the whole first module, 5 lessons, 5 self-hypnosis sessions, and you should be able to see a big difference in your daily life. And I think that will be helpful, because that will be the first part of anyone who wants to do one-on-one sessions with me. You can go through and get the first portion for free. You can kind of see how I work. So please go check that out. Give me your feedback. Just let me know if it makes sense, if it's working. Like I said, I'll be in the group. You can DM me anytime. I'll be in there every day. Look forward to seeing you all there. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your support on my journey. I love you all. Have a wonderful day.
Close your eyes and dive right in. World unknown, a journey begins. Steer your thoughts, shift your fate. Hack yourself, don't wait, don't hesitate.